So before I start the session, in the beginning only, I want to share with you one story. When the story goes like, one day a man was walking through the forest when a tiger spotted him and chased after him. The man ran out of the forest as fast as he could to escape the hungry tiger. And he reached at the edge of the cliff and he stumbled. And he fell down from the cliff. And as he fell, he managed to catch a vine who was hanging from that cliff. But he continued to dangle from the top. And at the top, he saw the tiger was watching at him. And then he looked down. He saw the pride of tigers at the bottom of the cliff. So on top of the cliff, there was a tiger. And at the bottom, there was a pride of lion. And he was hanging there. Then suddenly, two mouse popped out of nowhere and they started eating that vine. So as they started eating, suddenly he felt that this vine is also now going to break. And then only his eyes got a sight of beautiful strawberries there. So he plucked a strawberry and popped into his mouth. It was very yummy. He forgot about the tiger above, he forgot about the lions below, and he forgot about the mouse eating that vine. So what is this story actually tells us? There are many interpretations of the story. One interpretation is we are always being chased by the tiger of our past memories. And we are running to escape from that past memory. Second, when he saw the lions below, this is what is that we worry or the anxiety about our uncertainty in the future. We don't see certainty and we feel that we will be eaten by the pride of lion. And the two mouths are the day and night who are eating the vine. So we are spending a day or night worried about, chased by the past memories, or worried about the uncertainty in the future. Day and night we are spending like this. But the story says another beautiful point. The man saw the strawberry and he popped into, and he really enjoyed the strawberry. What is that? The present moment is the real live moment we have. But most of the time, we keep on traveling in the mind. The past, future, past, future, past, future. So there is no real past, or there is no real future. The past exists only in the memory and again in the present moment. The past is gone, but the memory of the past are in the present moment. And we mind travel instantly. And again, when things are not going well, we start worrying about future, we see uncertainty. So we travel in the future, but mentally we are traveling. And when we are traveling, only in the present. Past is gone, but where are we seeing the past? Again in the mind, in the present moment. On the contrary, what we need to do is enjoy the strawberry which is right there in front of us. And this is mindfulness. Living in the present moment. So now, coming to this mindfulness now, let me share a screen with you. Can you see the screen?
Yes, BA.
So this is what is in today's time. We are leading a very busy life. Many things, many tasks to be performed, many things to be done. But we have the same amount of time. The personal work, the professional work, family responsibilities, other business related tasks to be performed. So many things to be done in our daily life. So we are leading a very busy life where we really don't live in the present moment. We don't enjoy the present moment. We are constantly engaged. We are just performing the task, not living. So mind is preoccupied with many things. Is it true?
Yes.
Now, second thing is that there are so many distractions. Small things, small tasks pop up in our mind. This need to be done, and again we are distracted from the present moment. Sometime unpending work comes up, and again we are distracted, and we start worrying about other things. Sometimes health issues, sometimes financial issues, sometimes relationship issues. So there are so many distractions. So we get easily distracted. Phone message comes and immediately our attention goes towards the phone. So there are many things. Next is adding fuel to that flame is the social media. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, other news. So they are also regarded as the mass destruction weapon. Constantly phones are ringing, messages are popping up, and the news take us somewhere else. What is going on in the world, and we start worrying about that. Again, we are not in our senses. It's like the social media has hijacked our mind. So we don't have control on our own mind. We are constantly taken over or controlled by the social media. Another thing is overthinking. Our mind constantly think. This is the nature of the mind. But sometimes what happens, there are certain issues which are unresolved, or there are certain incident happened in our life on which we did not have a control maybe, and they remain unresolved in our mind. And our mind develop a thinking pattern. Our mind constantly think about those issues. Because if there is no issue, mind will not think about it. Mind will constantly think about the unresolved issues, the pending work. But the drawback here is when things are not going in our way, our mind get into a thinking mode, start analyzing the problem and start thinking possible ways out. But again, mind has a limited exposure. It always think in the line of our past experience. So one failure and mind start thinking, last time this happened, again this will happen. How I can do this? How I can not do this? What if this happened? So mind constantly goes into overthinking mode. And we don't have control. The mind has developed its own habit. Is it making sense?
जी भैया.
Okay. Now make things worse. Then the overthinking is a negative thinking. Again, how did the mind develop a negative thinking? Either from our past, whatever we have heard, don't do this, it will happen this way. Don't do this, you will experience this. Don't do this, you are not smart enough. World is like this, you are like this. So constantly those information shared with us are kept in our mind, hold in our mind. And that negative thinking pattern become a regular another way of thinking. And that negative thinking leads to very dangerous things we called stress, we called a depression, frustration, anger, sadness. So why I am sharing this, Abhishek? Because before we get into the mindfulness, we need to understand our mind, the habits of our mind. That is why a little time is required to spend on before getting into the formal mindfulness.
जी भैया, because these things are actually making a lot of sense for me, because I'm going through with the same issues right now. Like,
yeah.
अच्छा होने से पहले बुरा दिमाग में आ जाता है, बुरा तो हो ही रहा है, and don't know, मतलब हर जगह से अंदर नेगेटिविटी तो भर गई है. So that's the reason.
Yeah, not to worry. Definitely, these negative thinkings are again part of our mind, and they are telling us something, but they are not leading us anywhere.
Even when you're saying these things, na, मेरे दिमाग में back of the mind going this, all the negative thoughts are going in back of the mind.
Correct. So this is how the mind has been programmed. But it started from one trigger. One thing did not go well. And then mind reached on a conclusion. This is not going to happen. So the mind again get into that kind of a negative way of thinking and make things worse. As you said that things are going on in your mind. Our own voice add fuel into that. So if I ask you, Abhishek, what kind of your own voice or your own mind creates some pictures from the past memories, what kind of words goes in your mind?
Betrayal, failure,
Correct.
cheat.
So these are the Abhishek, see, those words are being echoed in our own mind, and those voice, because they are my own voice, so my mind trusts that voice because it knows it is your voice, it is Kamal's voice, it is Abhishek's voice. So that further pull us down. That again and again, the failure, nothing is working. So the problem with our unconscious mind, Abhishek, is that our mind doesn't analyze, subconscious mind or the unconscious mind doesn't analyze, it just accepts. When you say to yourself failure or again same thing, so our mind trusts our voice, and then because there are certain patterns are there, the neuron pathways are there, so those neurons access the same kind of experience, bring the same kind of reality, and then we say it is a reality. The thing is, we need to understand that it is the reality which is created by my own mind, because these are the very words I keep on telling myself. So the mind function according to the commands I am giving to my subconscious mind, and then it works to bring me the same kind of results. On a surface level, if I say that I don't trust, this time I will get what I want, and suddenly our subconscious mind says that how will you get? You have not given me that kind of access. So immediately fear comes, immediately heart, feel different beats. So that negative thinking continues in this way. And then again, these same words continue echo. But mindfulness is all about training our mind. Mind is like a body muscle. Mind is also a muscle. So our mind has been trained unconsciously, and through mindfulness, we will train it properly, which will be beneficial for us. So it has been proven by psychologists also that mind muscles can be developed. That means if we give ourselves different orientation, then mind will develop new neuron pathways. And once the new neuron pathways being created, the results will be different. So that is how the mindfulness is about the creating that desired mind, or we call it mindset. तो बोलते हैं ना कि यार माइंडसेट ही नहीं है तो फिर क्या होगा? सो माइंडसेट तो है, बट डिफरेंट माइंडसेट बन गया है. And unconsciously, we have been focusing on the unwanted desires. And through mindfulness, we put a break on that. And then move in the right direction. It's like agar hame, we are going on a journey, we are driving a car, and we are aware which road we are traveling. So immediately, if we come to know that it is a wrong road, we either take a U-turn or find a new way, new path which connect us to the right road. So that's how this practice is all about. Becoming aware what is going on in our mind. So let us understand that mindfulness, how it started. So mindfulness is basically not new concept. It is very old concept. Yogis and sages and saints have been living this way, mindful way. But then Gautam Buddha gave it a concrete form for common people to live mindfully. So he laid down the correct theory of mindfulness. So he shared the 8 noble paths. So if I don't know if you are aware that there are 4 suffering and 8 noble paths. So the 8 noble paths are which ends the suffering. And one of the 8th path is living mindfully. So there are other paths also, the 12 links. So there are 12 pillars of mindfulness, basically non-judgmental, being curious, living in the present, compassionate, curious, so doing the right things. So there are 8 pillars of that. So Gautam Buddha taught that mindfulness, but again, the monks knew that again it was restricted to certain segment. But then the Western people, one of the professor from US, his name is John Kabat-Zinn. He came to Bhutan and he practiced that and he developed that mindfulness based on science. So that means there is no religious practice involved in that. But the foundation of the mindfulness is kept original. There is no alteration or no delusion done in that process. But scientifically, he developed that based on the teaching of Gautam Buddha. So if we practice, then we can lead a mindful way. So let us understand the definition of mindfulness first. So the definition of mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in the present moment. What is the definition? Paying attention on purpose in the present moment with the qualities like compassion, curiosity, and acceptance. So when we say mindfulness, it means living in the present moment, enjoying it rather than worrying about our past failures or the future, imaginations. Because we know that past has already gone and future has not come yet. And it is unknown. So this moment is the only moment, Abhishek, we have. There is no other moment. The next moment comes, that also comes in the present moment. So ultimately only the present moment, this now moment exists. Rest everything is the mind, and we keep on traveling in the mind time. And mindfulness shows us to live in the moment in a harmonious way, in a joyful way. And we will learn how to make the present moment more wonderful moment to be in. And that is the only place through which we can create our brilliant future. We can take decision, right decision, and we can experience the richness of a life. So let us understand these 3 points. I shared that paying attention. So paying attention means to be mindful. You need to pay attention whatever you choose to attend to. So means you have a choice. You decide what is the point you want to focus on. You want to choose to attend. The present moment, the reality of being in here and now means you just need to be aware of the way things are, as they are, not analyzing them, not judging them right or wrong. So this is what is present moment. So most of the time what happens, Abhishek, there is a very old story that a one man got up at night, and that time there were no electricity. So people used to live in huts and all that, mud houses. And in the night light, moonlight and starlights, when he got up, he wanted to use washroom. So he saw a snake and he got afraid. And his mind started thinking that in the middle of the night, all the possible or impossible things. And then he burned the candle and he saw it was not a snake, it was a rope. So this is how our mind works. But when we come to know the reality in the present moment, then we are released from all the tension and stress. Because we know now, the snake is imaginary. The reality was a rope. So in the same way, when we see things the way they are, rather than analyzing or choosing or imagining, then we are released from all kind of fear. And then non-reactively. Like if we react to the imaginary snake, which is actually a rope, then we are not reaching anywhere. We are wasting our energy and our mind is creating completely different reality. So what is non-reactivity? When you experience something, you automatically react to that experience according to your past conditioning. So like I realize that whenever I travel, there's only one constant thought that there will be so much traffic. And I think about traffic and I started, completely analyzing, reacting, all the negative possibilities. And it happens unconsciously. One thought comes that there will be a lot of traffic, and my mind starts going on all that negative thinking. But if I don't react and accept it, that there is a traffic, okay, there is bound to be traffic. There was never a time when there was no traffic, and there will be never a time when there will be no traffic. So this is another point that mindfulness gives us, is that non-reactivity. We don't react. Either we observe or we accept. And we accept how? Non-judgmentally. We don't judge. So the temptation is to judge experiences as good or bad. Something you like or something you don't like. So we always judge. Our experiences, our incidents happened in our life. Something good happened, something bad happened. So we keep on judging. And mindfulness is being non-judgmental. Whatever happened, let's become non-judgmental towards it and see things the way they are. So let go of judgments help us to see things as they are rather than through the filter of our personal judgment based on past conditions. So unconsciously we have put filters. Liking, disliking, good, bad, ugly, people are like this, things are like this. So we keep on judging, keep on tagging the things, the events, and our mind then work to bring what we are imagining or what we are judging into our real life. And when we are non-judgment, when we are not judging, then what happens is we accept things open-heartedly. That means our heart, our mind opens to see the things as they are. Now, what is that means? That mindfulness isn't just an aspect of mind. Mindfulness is the heart as well. To be open-hearted is to bring a quality of kindness, compassion, warmth, and friendliness to your experience. So even to our own experiences, we keep on either running away, we don't want to face them, we don't want to avoid them. So we are not in a friendly term with our own experiences, with our own past memories. And that is why I experience different emotions, completely opposite to what it should be. And even when we get into that mindfulness, again, those things will come up. And we need to immediately be open to that, become non-judgmental, that things are working, things are not working, what will happen, nothing is happening. So these kind of, again, things will, or the mind will say to us similar things because it has been telling us for so long. But remember those things, being in the present moment, paying attention to what is going on in our mind. Don't react. Become non-judgmental towards those things and be open-hearted. Now, this was a journal now I shared. Now let us talk about the benefit of mindfulness. So all those things, whatever I said, we are able to relate to them. Now coming to the benefits of mindfulness practice. So through this mindfulness practice, we will learn to focus on one particular thing at a time. We will get the control on our own mind. So when we practice mindfulness, it helps us to increase our focus rather than ruminating about problems. And when we are deliberately paying attention, paying focus on one particular thing, then it helps us to reduce our stress. Because mind is preoccupied with so many things. But when we choose to pay attention to one thing, then automatically our stress is reduced. The other benefit of health also comes. And when we are stress free, then we are able to take a better sleep also, re-energize our body and mind. So it improves our sleep. We are able to strengthen our relationship. Now, relationship with ourselves also, and with people around us also, with family, with colleagues, with friends. Otherwise, most of the time we are living in our own mind. And when we are deliberately paying attention to one particular thing, then our performance is also improved in work or whatever we are doing. And we are able to generate new ideas. So it stimulates our creativity, because mind is not occupied. There is a lot of space. And then automatically when there is a space, then the better ideas comes up. And then we choose to plant the right plants in that area if there is a space in our garden. So we make that garden more beautiful, rather than the plants growing on its own and becoming weeds. And then we lead a better, happy life. It boosts our happiness. And it gives us insight. We are able to see within us. And from there, we develop the things right. So coming to further, this mindfulness is accepted as a adventure. Like a voyage. So in the beginning, the traveler doesn't know much about, only he has certain map. But map is not a reality, not a true territory. Map is just a direction. So the traveler set into that adventurous journey, and as he advanced, he sees much more beautiful things than he could ever imagine, and he enjoyed that journey. He explored the unexplored lands. Similarly, when we start practicing mindfulness, we will explore the hidden potential which we never realized that we have. We will see a different personality traits which were already there, but we never realized that they are there. The earth is there, the planet is there, everything is there, but we don't know what else is there. So when we start that voyage, and when we reach to that certain lands, then we see, oh, this also exists. So similarly, when we start developing that insight, we will start realizing, when we will start seeing the different person also exists within us, and we enjoy that journey. And another thing very important is having a long-term view, because mindfulness is a way of life. It is not a goal-oriented philosophy or theory. Mindfulness is a way of life, and when we start living mindfully, then all our goals are achieved. All our desires, what we have, we will start seeing them in the right way. This is what is mindfulness all about. So having a long-term view is very, very important. Not just short-term like it's a 8-week, but 8-week is a training. And that training has to become our way of living, way of practicing mindfulness in our day-to-day life, in our rather moment by moment. And as we know that practice makes perfect, similarly, mindfulness, the more we practice, the more we become better and better. But it is much more than, like as in the picture, learning to cycle. Mindfulness is more about, on daily basis, unlearning what we have learned and starting afresh. Like I said, that beginners, curiosity. So that attitude has to be kept in mind always. That attitude of open-heartedness, open mind. Every day will be a different discovery within us. But that also need a practice, because our mind immediately become conditioned. It starts judging things. And the more we practice mindfulness, more we are developing mental muscles. And the more then neuron pathways are created, more mental grooves are created, the more those solution-oriented mental muscles are developed, and more of goal-achieving muscles are developed. Our mind start working in a different conditions then, that provide a solution rather than ruminating about our problems. So here I would like to, share that regularly practicing mindfulness can be challenging. In the beginning, whatever is new sometimes excites us. But when it becomes a regular practice, then we get bored also. Or because it entails meditations. So sometimes our mind resists to sit down and meditate. But when we start practicing, then we start realizing that as in the picture, that cycling, the child is learning to cycle, or even that, when young child learn to walk, so he fails many times. But the mind is not conditioned to failure. The child is always enjoying falling, getting up, falling, getting up, again learning. So that attitude is very, very important. Why? Because the child has a fresh mind. It is not conditioned to failure. But as we grow, our mind gets conditioned. So here we are unconditioning the mind. We're going back to the beginner's mind, learner's mind. So every day will be a learning. So as we develop the practice, we will overcome that initial resistance. And then we realize that, oh, this practice, this meditation practice or this mindfulness practice on daily basis is not bad. And as soon as those thoughts comes in our mind, then we start enjoying it. And we will reap the greater benefits also. So each time you struggle with thoughts and feelings during meditation, that means you are not accepting, you are resisting. And you are not accepting them or acknowledging them as a natural state of your mind. So sometimes lack of acknowledgement means criticizing our own self or the process, that it is not working. But as we know that when we persevere in something, then we start becoming master in that. And as we persevere in our mindfulness practice also, so we will discover slowly and surely the importance of accepting your thoughts and emotions rather than resisting, avoiding. So there is a saying also that what we resist persists. So in mindfulness, acceptance always comes first. Change comes later. First, when we open our heart, so that opening is first. The change is automatically within that, the moment we open. Another thing is having a right attitude, that I have to do it. Like yesterday you were sharing with me that you have to attend no matter what. So that attitude, maintain that attitude. There may be time when you will not be able to sit for 5 minutes, except that this is where your mind is now. Just observe that, but your attitude will help you to persevere. So now moving to how much time you need to dedicate for mindfulness. Apart from Sunday, the next 6 days, you just need to give yourself only 10 to 20 minutes every day. It's not much time, I think. If we see our day-to-day living, we spend hours in checking phones, messages. But here we need to give only 10 to 20 minutes every day. And as the slide shows, small step when added on daily basis bring us big results. So those small steps, let us understand. Those small steps become our habit. Paying attention to the present moment is a small step, but when practiced every day, it becomes our habit. And we know that in sports also, in gymming also, in anything, any area of your life, unless until that does not become our habit, the result we don't see. And human beings are regarded as a routine animals who practice certain things every day. And human mind like to do the same things most of the time. Though time to time we feel that change is required from our daily routine, but end of the day we tend to hold on to the same relatively fixed way of life. If we look at our life, morning we get up, leave our bed, either we go to washroom, brush, take bath, or eat, or walk out. So they are set patterns. So we do the same things again and again. That's how the habit has been developed. As the picture also says, this is how our routine is. Getting up in the morning, and if you notice, we are always moving in the same way. If we put our left leg first, we put our left leg first. If we put our right leg first, that's how we every day, our habits are so ingrained in our body and mind. So practicing mindfulness is also another example of adding one more routine, and it is a healthy habit. And on more mindfulness help us to become aware of more unhealthy habits that we perhaps find ourselves stuck in, and we want to come out of that mental habits. So what are those unhealthy habits? We all know: smoking, unnecessarily spending, drinking, unhealthy eating. So these are all unhealthy habits, but they are visible. There are unhealthy mental patterns. So what triggers those unhealthy habits are the mental stimulation basically. So mindfulness helps us to see those unhealthy habits, the consequences of those unhealthy habits, and we are stuck into, and then we come out of that also. So one of the unhealthy habit is criticizing oneself. Repeating the same words: I can't do it, I'm not worth, I'm not perfect, I keep on making the same mistakes, I don't learn from my mistakes, I'm not good in this, I have this kind of past. So those criticizing is also unhealthy habits, and through mindfulness we will be able to recognize and really change them. Whether they are physical or the mental habits, through mindfulness we will be able to change them, because we are paying attention to them. So that's how our new neuron pathways are created, new stimulations happen in our mind, and we develop a better habit. Otherwise, what happens is, there is a part of our brain which is called amygdala. So amygdala is basically which hijack our mind. It take control of our car and keep on telling us that you can't do this. Every time you try to change, the amygdala come in front and take charge of the scene. So mindfulness will help us to see the same patterns, and we will understand the superpower of our mind. So now moving to next step. Basically, mindfulness is divided into two parts. One is meditation and one is daily life. So your meditation will be a daily routine. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. You begin with the small step. and then automatically they will bring a big results. So meditation is regarded as a formal mindfulness practice. And whereas our daily life, whatever we are doing, is regarded as informal practice. So these are the two types of mindfulness. So for meditation, we need to assign a separate time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and all that. For that, we need to make it specific. So weekly, we will have a different meditations, and throughout the week, you need to repeat those 6 days. You need to repeat those meditations. So I will give you the audio also, but you need to assign certain time. That, you know, like in first week, we will do body scan meditation, and we will do eating meditation.
Yeah, this can be done in the night also, no? The meditation.
Huh?
Meditation can be done in the night also, no?
Meditation can be done at night. It must be done in the morning.
Okay.
You need to assign time.
Okay.
Even 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you start with. How
Okay.
you get time? Yes, that's what I'm coming to. So what need to be done? That I will give you the audio. So when you need to take out time, this will be a challenging. If you find it the morning, I won't have time. So that challenge need to be accepted. What is resisting you? Mindfulness will help you to gain that insight. What is resisting me? If something is good, something is helpful, then automatically mind run towards that. That is why it says that make it specific. For what purpose you are practicing? You need to practice in the morning and you need to practice in the evening. So when you need to assign the time, where again, either at home or in your workplace or whatever you need to assign, where you will be dedicating 5-10 minutes. So this is what is the new habit you are developing. You know, our habit is sleeping late and getting up late. So now I need to add one more habit of mindfulness. So the formal mindfulness is meditation. So the meditation will again have a challenge because we try to live in a comfort zone. So when we are living in a comfort zone, then we are not reaching anywhere. So that is why we need to challenge our own habits. As I shared that earlier also, that habits, how we develop habit is repeatedly when we do something. The habits, the neuron pathways are created in our mind. So when we develop a new habit, the new neuron pathways are created. So then we will start enjoying this habit also. But our mind will again come in between. Will tell us not right now. There are other important things need to be done. So mind will, you know, again distract us also. But that is why we need to commit ourselves. That is why we need to be more clear about why I am practicing mindfulness. So another things you will learn is that when you start meditating, The body and mind are not used to just sitting still. But see if it is possible to just observe these uncomfortable sensations and stay seated. Continue. New thoughts will come which will move your body, and you start seeing the thought comes and my body moves. But when you still your body, your mind will also become still. Because you are paying the attention at the right moment. Mind will continue to trap you in its own loop. That's where you need to break those loops by persisting in your mindfulness practice. You will see that the moment you sit for meditation, your mind starts giving you the unfulfilled task, the pending task. But that's where you need to understand that first you need to sit and see the clutter in your own mind. And then this habit will come. That in the beginning, you may have thoughts that as it's in the slide that I won't do it because I need to finish that. Today I won't do it. I can't do it because there are so many things, other things to be done. Then thoughts will come, I want to do it. How do I do it? Okay, let me try to do it. And then you feel that I can do it actually. And then you develop a habit that I will do it every day. And then the joy comes, yes, I did it. So see, observe these steps also. These are also another challenges. In the morning, not right now. Or when you sit for meditation, you will feel that you can't sit still. Thoughts are continuously appearing that I am not able to concentrate. I can't stop thinking. Or the pending work or the other thoughts distracts you. Or if there is no proper sleep at night, then you will fall asleep also. And as you continue, you will see that I am meditating, but I can't see any benefit. Maybe something wrong with me. I'm not.
Yeah, sorry, Bhaiya, but falling in a sleep, people say in meditation is good. Is it? Is it not?
No. See, you need to understand whatever is happening in our life is happening at an unconscious level.
Mm-hmm.
So our life is going in a wrong direction. That is why we need to practice consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
To lead our life consciously. Let me ask you, Abhishek. Suppose you are driving a car.
Mm-hmm.
If you fall asleep, what do you think will happen?
Accident.
Exactly. That is what is happening right now. Our conscious mind goes on sleep again and again, and our unconscious mind takes over.
So why everyone say when we do meditation or yoga, if someone end up sleeping, they say it's good because your body is getting relaxed. They say the negativity is going away. Why they lie then? Why don't they say this is something which is wrong? You should not do it. So people can, rectify it, try to rectify it at least.
Okay, I don't know why people say, but I understand only one thing, that if something is going wrong
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have a control, that means first thing is need to have a control.
That's true.
Because we have not trained our mind consciously, it has been trained unconsciously. That is why we don't have a control over it. So whenever we think of changing the new or developing a new habit, our mind resists. So we may fall asleep. Why? Because mind doesn't have a habit. Our conscious mind is not focusing on what is need to be done. If you are willing to achieve a goal, but if you are not conscious what goal you want to achieve, and you don't know how to achieve, will you be able to achieve? No, you won't be able to achieve because you are consciously not have guided your unconscious mind. And if your mind is not trained, then your mind will create its own agenda. And again, you will find yourself stuck in that state. So people who say that it is very good to sleep during meditation, trust me, their goal to meditate is calm mind and immediately go to sleep, because they are not able to sleep at night. They don't have a peaceful sleep at night. So they are looking for certain moments where they get a better sleep. And they don't know. One, their agenda is fulfilled. They are getting a better sleep, peaceful sleep. But their mind has again now get stuck in that new habit. Meditate, sleep. That's it. But I'm sure you don't want that. Your goal is not to get a better sleep. This is one of the benefits if you practice mindfulness anyway. The real purpose of mindfulness is to have the superpower in your own hand. It is like a massive machine. But if driver does not take control of that steering wheel, that massive machine is going to take you in a ditch sooner or later. I don't think that anyone can argue on that point. The car steering is there so that we can guide that car according to our need, where we want to reach. So the mind, our mind is super machine, super power, but it has left on its own way. People started giving us information through social media, through their past experiences, and we lost control on our own mind. People say something, it is accepted. But if there is a driver which knows the way, and somebody tells us that Pune highway is this, but rather we are moving on a Nasik highway, do you think one will accept? Because it's a Nasik highway, it's not a Pune highway. So the conscious mind is the one which guarding our unconscious mind. But if that conscious mind sleeps, then unconscious mind again takes over. The habitual thinking, self-criticizing, judgmental attitudes. Then you will develop a habit कि meditation करता हूं मुझे नींद आ जाती है, बड़ी peaceful नींद आती है. वो peaceful नींद के बाद याद आया अरे मैंने तो जो करना था वो तो किया ही नहीं. So mind has not moved to anywhere. Mind has the same habits. It was just looking for a relaxation movement. So even for 5 minutes, develop a habit, and over a period of time, you will see that all those benefits, when your stress is reduced, when you are not worried about unwanted things, you will get a better sleep at night any which way. So those benefits I shared earlier are already inclusive. On top of that, your entire life will be designed by you only, not desired by you only, designed by you and then created by you, if you practice rightly. But if you again let your guards down, you will again fall into another pit. So remember this, patience and persistence are the providers of progress. So be patient if your mind does not listen to you initially. And we have heard the story of a rabbit and a tortoise. So persistence is very important, and patiently persist one step at a time. Small step, doesn't matter. 5 minutes. And if you focus 5 minutes, automatically you will feel that new energy within you. And you will keep on going there. And you will see the result, the performance in your daily life. So you need to set reminders, maybe then. Set alarm, get up at certain time. Do your mindfulness practice. And then see the difference. You can write journals also. So journaling will be the part of mindfulness. So every day, maybe you need to take a couple of minutes to write your experience in certain activities I will share with you. So now from here, we are moving to our practice. Before that, I was just setting up the platform to understand mindfulness. So as you can see in the picture, mindful or mindful. Most of the time, as you can see in the picture, there is a dog and the owner of a dog. And they are going for a morning walk. While both are going on their morning walk, the owner, though physically walking, but he is present in his mind. There are so many things going on in his mind. House, work, car, unpending things, family, this, that. And you can see that there is a sad face. So he is occupied, his mind is full of so many things. So if mind is full, then he is not being mindful. On the other hand, the dog, what is there in dog's mind? The trees, the sun, and the horizon. What is present at now and here? That is what is mindful. So if you see who is enjoying the morning walk, the owner or the dog. So dog is present here right now. So he is not worried about anything. He is just present here. He is living his life here, not in his mind. So ask yourself throughout the day, is your mind full or are you being mindful? And you will immediately get the answer. When our mind is full, there are plenty of things going on. And our mind is constantly occupied with our thoughts. So there is no space left for peace. There is no space left for joy. No happiness. And on the other hand, when we are being mindful, it actually means that we are paying full attention to the present moment. So we keep our mind here and now instead of getting lost in our thinking. And the thinking is always unconscious. We start thinking without even realizing that we are thinking. And after some time, we wake up again. Oh, I was thinking. Again, that waking state is very little. Again, we get into that sleeping awake. Physically, we are awake, but we are not present. So we are sleeping state, unconsciously thinking something. So unconsciously thinking is called as an automatic thinking, autopilot mode. The mind goes on autopilot mode, or it is called a doing mode or thinking mode, thinking driven. So this autopilot mode is good for, car or plane. Sometimes it is good for our self also. When we develop a new habit, and then new habit get into our neurons, and then automatically we start doing things habitually. When something need to perform better and we have a habitual thinking, or we develop a habit of doing something, it's like playing a music instrument. So for that kind of a things, that autopilot mode is very good. But if mind has been programmed into a negative way, then autopilot mode is actually working against us. And we forget to push our stop button, autopilot button. It automatically goes on its own autopilot mode. So with mindfulness, we start pushing the button of autopilot mode off rather than letting it on more often and more quickly, because we start introspecting, we start living mindfully. As I said, that ask many a time during the day, is my mind full or I am being mindful? So let us see again example of autopilot mode. This girl is eating. So many times we also, if we understand, while eating, we are doing other things also. We are talking on the phone, we are checking messages, we are talking to our friend, or sometimes watching TV while eating, or checking mails. So we are not present. Our mind is working on autopilot mode. Now this also we have seen many people are doing that while driving a car. They are using their phone. They are drinking or eating also at the same time and not looking ahead. And we understand that how dangerous it can be. When we are driving and talking or using our phone, and we are not paying attention to what is there right in front of us, it can be very fatal, it can be very dangerous. Or you can see in this picture also, the person is taking bath. Instead of feeling the sensation of water on his body and refreshing his body and mind, he's lost in his own thoughts. So that's how that autopilot mode works. We are not present in the present moment. We are constantly ruminating about things, our past experiences or future pending tasks. We are not present in our body. We are not present in our mind. We are lost in our mind. So this mindfulness process, how it will work? So we most of the time get distracted by things. We notice that we have got distracted, and then we return. So again we get distracted, we notice, again we return to the present moment, again get distracted. So that is how it happens. So our mind is working on autopilot or doing on its own, working on the doing agenda. This need to be done, that need to be done. So let us understand the key elements of doing mind. So when our mind is working on a doing mode, our mind is paying attention to either past or the future. So you are concerned about how you want things to be in the future. Or you may reflect on or regret the way your life has gone in the past. So it's a doing mode. The moment you start thinking about this, understand that your mind has gone on a doing mode. You strive, another point is you strive to fix things. So our doing mode is a goal-oriented mind. You are constantly trying to fix things, fix the problems, make things better. So you are not accepting the way things are at the moment. So the moment your mind get into that changing things, understand that your mind has gone on a thinking mode, doing mode. You act, another point, you act and think habitually. Your thoughts and action arise automatically from habit rather than as a conscious choice. So there is no conscious choice, right? How to move out of that. But your mind accesses the data from the past events. It thinks that this is the solution, okay, access that memories. So you are doing things the way you are because you are in a less reflective state. You avoid difficult thoughts, feelings, or situation. So this is happen with most of the time with most of the people. So it is that mind avoids certain unpleasant experiences, avoiding difficulties rather than facing them as their reality. Another point which is very, very important is when our mind is on a doing mode, it accepts thoughts as real. It accepts as a reality. Our thoughts become reality. When we say that I'm not good enough, this happens to me every time. Again and again, I experience loss in my ventures. So that doing mode is very dangerous in those situations because it accept them as a reality rather than as a fleeting thoughts. But through mindfulness, we start seeing thoughts as a thoughts. Very important point. On the other side, mindfulness teaches on a being mode. So one is doing mode, one is being mode. So being mode is an uplifting and supportive state of mind that is always available to us, no matter how busy we are leading our life. Even in the middle of a challenging situations at our work or in our any other place, we still have access of being mindful. Become aware of our physical, emotional, psychological state of mind. So that state of mind is called being mode. Being mode. So the 6 qualities of the being mode I am sharing now. When we are being in the present moment, so we are always connected to the present moment. So you are mindful here and now, whatever is coming. You are not thinking about past, or you are not thinking about the future. Second thing is not striving to change. You have a less of a burning desire for situation to change. You just accept that. You accept how things are before moving to change anything. So being mode doesn't mean being resigned to the less than ideal situation, which is not ideal according to us. So it is not that accepting them as whatever is coming. It means actively acceptance of the way things are at this moment. And we know that things change. So if you are lost, the only way of getting anywhere is by knowing where you are to start with. So being mode is about acknowledging where you are. Accepting means acknowledging, okay, here I am. So from here, now I need to head towards where. Next is willing to approach difficulties instead of avoiding them. So when we are in a being state, so we are willing to open up to painful and unpleasant sensations or emotions without trying to run away from them. And we understand them that avoiding an emotion just locks us into that more tightly. So avoiding those emotions basically actually lock us into that emotional state. So dealing with emotion happens only when we are in a being mode. Another point is seeing thought as thoughts. They are not necessarily fact. So through mindfulness, you become aware of your thoughts, but don't take every thought as an absolutely truth. Just because you may have the thought, I am not good enough, or I have failed in many ways, it doesn't mean that it is a fact. It's just a thought, your past experience, which is gone. So you see thoughts are just sounds and images in the mind, not necessarily true reality. Being mode is about awareness of thoughts and ability to decide if they are helpful or not. So this is what is mindfulness. So if there are helpful thoughts, accept them. If they are not helpful thoughts, you don't accept them. And then another is you experience with your senses. So many times we have heard, you have sense or not, you lost senses or what. So many times we have used these words, but mindfulness is all about using our senses, experiencing our life through senses. And then is acting consciously rather than automatically. So this is what is the doing and being mode. Now coming to the practical steps of mindfulness. Hope I have laid enough foundation. Abhishek, are you there?
Yes, I'm here only.
Okay. So now we are moving to practically how we practice mindfulness in daily life. So let us start with that first exercise. As I said, that experience life through senses. So I am using a good. Can you see that? So you can use sugar. But before that, yes, I shared with you that mindfulness is all about curiosity. So we are going to have a very different approach. When is the curiosity? One has either when one was child, when the child doesn't know anything about it, he just see things and he experiences through touch. चाइल्ड को देखा ना, वो कुछ भी होता है वो मैश कर देता है, वो हाथ में पकड़ता है, वो फील करता है, वो देखता है कि क्या है क्या ये, क्योंकि उसको पता नहीं ये गुड़ है, ये जैगरी है या ये शुगर है, ये हमने नाम दे दिया. बट अगर 6-7 मंथ के 1 ईयर के बच्चे को हम लोग देंगे, उसको कुछ नहीं पता होगा, तो ही डजंट लुक एट इट एज ए गुड. या कोई एलियन होगा सपोज, and first time he landed on that earth and he come across this thing, he doesn't know anything about this, what approach he will have? He will
मुंह में आके देखेगा.
नहीं, वो पहले तो इसको पकड़ेगा कि ये है क्या चीज, है ना, वो सेंसेस से फील करेगा, कहाँ हार्ड लग रहा है, कैसी है, एजिड है, कितना सॉफ्ट है, कितना हार्ड है ना. फिर वो देखेगा इसका शेप क्या है, इसका कलर क्या है, क्योंकि स्टोन भी ऐसा ही दिखाई देगा
बिल्कुल
कि ये गुड़ है, बट उसको नहीं पता कि ये स्टोन है या गुड़ है. सो ही एक्सपीरियंस एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ दैट. सिमिलरली, if you hold that sugar, that spoon, and suppose you don't know anything about that spoon and you don't know anything about the sugar, what will be your approach? You lift up that sugar, the spoon, you notice the color of that thing which is in the spoon, you notice the density, you notice the shape, you touch that sugar, and then you smell that. Is there a smell in that? What is that smell? क्योंकि हम लोग हैबिचुअली करते आए हैं, शुगर देखा, चाय में डाला, दूध में डाला, पानी में डाला, घोला और पी लिया, क्योंकि हमें पता है शुगर है. तो ये एक माइंड कंडीशन हो गया. Here we are giving a different orientation to the mind. So we lift that, we touch that, we feel that, we hear. Any sound also comes from that. अगर ब्रेक करता हूं तो कैसी साउंड आती है? Observe that sound. So maybe if you hold that sugar, few granules, तो चम्मच में भी अगर हिला के देखो साउंड क्या है. बच्चा भी जैसे किसी खिलौने को बजाता है, उसके अंदर कुछ होता है पार्टिकल्स, तो एंजॉय दैट साउंड. So this is what is we are experiencing mindfulness through senses, and then put it in your mouth, but don't chew it, just keep it on your tongue, hold it there, just hold it, press it against your palate. Do you feel salivating your mouth? So your mind has started salivating, your mouth has started salivating. That means your mind has already given it command to salivate. It is edible thing. Don't chew. This is how your mind is reacting unconsciously. We are breaking that habit. So we have control when to command that unconscious mind. Now I want to chew. Experience the taste of sweetness. Where are you feeling it? Which part of tongue you feel taste? So when that you gulp down the saliva, where exactly again inside you feel the sensation. So this is how you practice that. So you can put another few little bit more sugar in your mouth and practice that way. Just keep it on your tongue. Notice how long does it take to dissolve? How long it stays on your tongue? Keep your entire attention in your mouth. Notice saliva, notice sweetness, which part of tongue you feel. Notice the urge to chew that sugar, but don't chew that. Just notice that urge. What is going on in your mind, in your mouth?
Feeling the sugar का taste पूरा मीठा मीठा tongue में.
Correct. You just observe that taste. Just observe. You don't tell me. And at the same time, see what is going on in your mind. What is your mind telling you? Your mind doesn't know it is sugar. What happens then? So if you press the sugar between your teeth, what happens then? Observe the sound and see that sound creating that kind of effect in your mind, in your brain. And finally, when you swallow it, feel that sensation. And notice that sweetness, going down to your abdomen. How long does it stay in your mouth? The sweetness, taste of sweet. So this you can do with candy or chocolate or raisin or any fruit bite. You will have better experience. Yeah. So now this was a meditation. I will send you the audio also, but do it with a candy or a chocolate, small chocolate, or a fruit bite or a raisin. या फिर गुड़ होता है ना छोटा सा, उसके साथ. So now here comes after that, after opening the eyes, what was your experience? So you need to jot down your experience. What sensation or feelings were you aware of when you were practicing this meditation, eating meditation? What thoughts were you having? So next time when you sit down, this is a homework basically, Abhishek.
जी भैया.
है ना?
Mhm.
So what were the sensations? What were the thoughts and sounds in your mind? So you need to write down your experience. How many were you present when you were performing this meditation, when you were eating this, let's say, banana piece, और या तो एक अंगूर या फिर एक संतरा, छोटा सा संतरे की एक पाक. So were you present while eating, or if you were not present, where was your mind? What thoughts were coming in your mind? And again you catch back yourself that, oh, your mind has gone somewhere. Again you come back to that sensation, the taste, the smell. If you are using orange, it will smell differently. If you are using grape, it will smell differently. So again you come back to that eating. You are present. Again your mind goes somewhere. So write down your experience. Your mind got distracted. You would have a thought. What thoughts you had? And how was it different than you eat normally? Orange or grapes? So this is what is the meditation. So how many times did you get distracted while eating just one piece of an orange or one grape? So that's okay if your mind get distracted, but that is how we are training our mind. We are taking control back in our own hand. Like Swami Vivekananda said that inch by inch, we will get our land back. So this practice is very, very important because we perform our daily routine activities habitually. We are not present, and when we are not present, our mind anyway goes on thinking mode and it starts thinking all the other negative aspects or the situations going around us. That is why practicing our habitual thinking or daily activities with mindfulness awareness is very, very important. So when we will start performing, when we will start analyzing that, okay, I am going to start eating one raisin or one grape or one orange bite. So it takes hardly 5 minutes, 7 minutes. But our mind develop a habit of being in the present moment. So if mind get distracted, that's okay. Don't criticize. Don't become judgmental that my mind goes that. It's again becoming judgmental. Or it is again going into that I'm not able to concentrate. It's fine, you are not able to concentrate. What kind of thoughts you have? That is what the purpose of doing any exercise is. You become aware. What is your mind thinking? Does it have a control on you, or you have a control on your mind? So gradually you will have that control. Now we are coming to the another meditation, Abhishek.
जी भैया.
And that is body scan meditation.
जी.
So during that eating meditation, we hold our attention deliberately, even for a fraction of second.
Mhm.
We gave our mind a command that wait for my command. But again, mind start thinking. At least we have started giving command to our unconscious mind. Wait for my command. Stop here. Experience this moment. So that's how our mind will start listening. It's like training a wild animal. So it is difficult to train our mind like it's difficult to train a wild animal. But when we command that wild animal again and again, it start understanding the command. If we tell a dog sit, initially it doesn't understand. But gradually when we repeat that command, sit means like this posture we show or the hand gesture we show, then dogs start understanding that, okay, I am being told to sit down. And then time comes when that dog starts understanding the command and follow our command. So this is how we are taking charge of our mind, which is like right now not trained mind. So the first step was to start commanding our mind, so that mind will start understanding what is being told to that. So now coming to the body scan. So here also in this meditation, we will learn 3 things in the body scan. As we know that scanning means scan, and the scanner light moves slowly. Here we will move our awareness very slowly, understanding each bit of our body, each part of our body, each organ of our body. So we will move deliberately and slowly. So there are 3 things are, we will learn the directing our attention. So we are telling our mind, okay, pay attention on this part. Then sustaining our attention, holding our attention to that part. And then shifting our attention when we command that one. So one is directing attention. Second is sustaining, means remaining focused to that particular time. But again, mind will get distracted. Don't worry. Come back to that part again. And then shift intentionally. So this is how the mind will get trained. The mind will pay attention to where we tell that mind to pay attention to. Then sustain that attention for as long as we want it to. And then shift to the place where we tell our mind to shift. Again, the purpose of this body scan is not to relax our body, but to train our mind according to our will. So for that, you can lie down if you want to, but make sure you don't fall asleep. If you start falling asleep, just get up. And continuously paying attention to my voice. So now lie down and make yourself comfortable. Lie on your back. It can be a mat, or it can be a rug, or it can be a mattress. But make sure that your body is straight and comfortable, where you don't feel cold or you don't feel hot also. Just right temperature. Now allow your eyes to close gently. Take a few moments to get in touch with the movement of your breath. So bring your attention to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. and the sensation in your body with each inhale and exhale. Notice how your chest or abdomen expands, or you feel the sensation of the breath at the entrance of your nostril. Breathing in and breathing out. Just maintain that breath normal. Don't change it. Now bring your awareness to the physical sensations in your body, especially to the sensation of touch of your body, where your body make contact with the floor or the bed. Your head, your shoulder, your hips, your thighs, your shin, your heels. Be comfortable, and on each out breath, allow yourself to let go. Are you in the comfortable position, Abhishek? Just say yes or no.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So on each out breath, allow yourself to let go. Let go of any thought, let go of any feeling. To sink a little deeper into the mat or your bed. Feel more and more relaxed. Again, the aim is not to feel any different, relaxed or calm. It may happen, it may not happen now. But the intention of this practice is to bring awareness to any sensation you notice as you focus your attention on each part of your body. Focus on your breath. Notice the expansion and falling of your stomach with each in-breath and out-breath. Continue focusing on the expansion and falling of your abdomen. With each inhale and with each exhale. Keeping your attention at your breath. Now bring the focus of your awareness down to your left leg, into the left foot, and into the left toes of your left foot. Focus on each of the toes of your left foot, one by one. Notice any sensation, a difference of temperature, bringing gentle curiosity to investigate the quality of sensation. Are you able to notice the touch of the toes to each other, or a sense of tingling? Or you may not be able to notice any sensation. That is also bringing to your awareness that I am not able to sense any sensation. But keep your focus, keep your attention on the left toes of your left foot. Now on the in-breath, imagine that the breath entering to your lungs, through your nose, and then through your lungs to your abdomen, and it is going down to your left leg, to your left foot, and into your left toes. So imagine that when you inhale, the air goes up to the left toes of your left foot. And when you exhale, imagine that it is moving out from the left toes to your left foot, moving up to your left leg, and then abdomen and your lungs, and then moving out through your nostril. Again, inhale, and imagine that it is going all the way down from your lungs, abdomen, leg, feet to your toes. And when you breathe out, imagine it is moving up. Now, as you breathe out, shift your attention from your toes to the sole of your left foot and the heel of your left foot. Again, notice any sensation or the touch, the pressure of your heel against the ground or the mattress. And again, imagine that when you breathe in, the air is traveling all through your lungs to your heel of left foot and the sole of your left foot. Breathe out all the way up from your heel and sole of left foot. Again, breathe into that sole and heel. And as you breathe out, shift your attention from sole to the upper side of your left foot. Keeping your attention there. Scan that upper side and notice if there is any sensation. Is there warm sensation or cold sensation? Are you able to feel any tingling sensation? Or you are not able to feel sensation at all? Just become aware of that part. Breathe into that part of your body, the upper side of your foot, and breathe out from that part. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe out, move your attention gradually to your ankle, to your shin, up to your knees. Moving it very slowly, keeping track of every sensation in that area, in your ankle, up to your knees and lower legs. Breathe into that area and breathe out through that area. Breathe in and imagine that air going to that area, passing through your lungs, your abdomen, your leg, and into your left lower leg, into your ankle, and your shin, calf, and knee. Breathing out, and as you feel the air moving out, move your attention also from your lower leg to your upper leg, to your thighs, up to the hip joint. Again, keeping your awareness there. Breathe in and imagine that air entering into this area. And breathe out and imagine that air moving out from this area. And with each inhale and exhale, notice any sensation in this area. Holding your attention into this area. If your mind goes somewhere else, bring it back to the present moment, and you know where you need to keep your attention, your awareness to which body part. Breathe in and breathe out through that area. Now, as you breathe out, shift your attention to your right foot, to your right toes. And as you breathe in, feel that breath going into that right toes, passing through your lungs, your abdomen, your right leg, foot, and into your right toes. Breathe out. Feel that it is passing through, moving up and moving out through your nostril. While holding your awareness, your attention on your right toes. Breathe into that area and breathe out through that area. Moving your attention with the breath as you breathe out to your right sole and right heel. Again, taking note of any sensation in that area. Keeping your attention, holding your attention into that area. Again, breathe into that right sole and heel. Breathe out from right sole and heel. Breathe in and breathe out. Now moving your attention up the upper side of your right foot. Notice any sensation any tingling or air touching on this area, upper side of your right foot. Again, breathing in to that right foot, upper side, and breathing out from the upper side of the right foot. Breathing in and breathing out. Now moving your attention further up to your right ankle and calf up to your right knee. Again, taking note of any sensation in that area. Keeping track of every sensation in that area. Again, breathe into that area. Imagine that air is going all the way up into that area. And as you breathe out, imagine that area, the air moving through that area. One more time, breathe into that area. And as you breathe out, move your attention also with the sensation of breath moving up to your thighs. From right knee to your thighs and up to your hip joint. Breathe into your right thigh. Notice any sensation. And breathe out. And feel that air moving out from your thigh. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now with the out breath, move your attention upward into your groin and hip area. And notice any sensation present in that area. Each in breath, feel that air going into that area. Notice any sensation you feel along with that air. And as you breathe out, feel that air moving out from that area. And notice any sensation as you breathe out from that area. While keeping your awareness in that area. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe out, move your attention to your abdomen. Bring your gentle curiosity into your abdomen area. Feel any sensation with your inhale and exhale. Notice if there is any tightness in that area. Breathe in and notice the sensation as you inhale into that area. Breathe out and notice sensation as you exhale from that area. Noticing any tightness or any other sensation if it is present there. Now with the out breath, Move your attention to your chest. Taking your awareness to your chest area. Notice how your chest expands with the inhale and how your chest fall down as you breathe out. Feel the expansion in your rib area as you breathe in and sensation in your rib area as you breathe out. While being fully present in your chest area. Notice when your lungs expand, it touches against your skin, in your rib area, and as you exhale, notice how those lungs fall flat. Taking note with each inhalation and exhalation into your chest area. If you feel any tingling sensation, take note of that also. Now with the out breath, move your awareness to your shoulder area. And again, noticing how they rise and how they fall when you breathe in and breathe out. Notice any movement into your shoulders. Continue normal breathing, inhale and exhale. Now taking your attention with your out breath to your back area, your lower back, middle back and upper back. Noticing the touch of your back against the mat you are on. And as you breathe in, notice the touch against the floor or the mat you are on. And as you breathe out, notice the sensation you experience in your back. Now with the out breath, moving your attention to your arms, upper arms, up to your elbows. Again, feel any sensation in your upper arms. Breathe into that upper arms and breathe out through your upper arms. Now, taking your attention into your elbows. Breathe into your elbows. Imagine that air goes into elbows. When you breathe in, and it moves out when you breathe out from your elbows. Breathe in and breathe out. Now with the out breath, shift your attention to your forearms, up to your wrist. Again, noticing the sensation present in the forearms. Imagining the breath moving into forearms and breath moving out from this area. Breathe in and breathe out. Now moving your attention to your hands, the palms, the thumb, and fingers. Scanning your hands, each joint of your thumb and your fingers with your awareness, and noticing any sensation present in those hands or in the joints. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. If you feel intense sensation, then breathe into them using the in-breath gently to bring awareness right into the sensation. And have a sense of let go, releasing on the out breath. Mind may wander away in between from the breath and the body time to time. But that's normal. This is what minds do. When you notice, gently acknowledge it and noticing where the mind has gone off, and then gently return your attention to the part of body, to your hands you intend to focus on. Now with the out breath, take your attention into your neck area, into your throat area. And notice any sensation in your neck, in your throat. Notice as air passes by through your throat on each in-breath and each out-breath. Letting go of any tension or any stiffness into your neck or throat. Keeping your entire awareness into this area. Now with the out breath, move your attention up to your ears, outside of ear, and further taking your awareness into your ear. And notice the sensation you feel as you breathe in and breathe out. Now moving, shifting your awareness to your face, to your cheeks. Again, notice the sensation in your cheek area. Move your attention to your mouth and inside your mouth. Notice the sensation present in your mouth with each in breath and with each out breath. With the out breath, shift your attention to the back of your eyes. What is present there? Notice the sensation. Now moving to your eyelids, between your eyebrows, your forehead. Breathing into that area and relaxing your eye muscles and your forehead as you breathe out. Noticing the sensation present in your forehead and in your eyelids between your eyebrows. Staying here for a while and keeping track of every sensation you experience with your breath into that area. Now with the out breath, move your attention to your head area, into your scalp area. Again, notice the sensations present into your scalp, into your head. Now shifting your attention to the back of your head. And again, notice the sensation. And imagine when you breathe in, the air moving into this area. And when you breathe out, imagine that air moving out from this area and taking note of the sensation present here in this area. Continue breathing in and breathing out. As we are about to close this meditation, take 3 full deep breaths. Inhale and exhale slowly. One more time. Take full breath in and slow breath out. And third time, take full breath in and slow breath out. Open your eyes and return to the place you are in. Now you can sit. Gently massage your eyes. Vishnu. And take note, when this body scan meditation was going on, what were the thoughts parallelly present in your mind? Were there thoughts? Were there sensations? And when you notice sensation, was there any thought triggered by that sensation? Or what emotions or feelings did you experience during this meditation? So today you may not be able to experience everything, but this is the exercise. Taking note of thoughts, where the mind goes, what kind of thoughts, or when your awareness moves to that particular body part, you experience certain sensation, and certain sensation trigger certain thoughts. And then certain thoughts further trigger sensations and feelings or emotions. Or you feel when you are performing this meditation, you feel sensation in other area and your awareness shift there. So how often your awareness shift away? So there is no right or wrong answer, but it is just observing what is present to my body, to my mind in this present moment. Because it is your life, and your mind and your body, your emotions are guiding you what is present in this moment. So notice thoughts, sensations, and feelings. So these are the couple of meditations we did. Now we are talking about the mindfulness in informal way. The meditation is a formal meditation, and our daily activities are informal mindfulness. So we will choose, or you decide which activity you want to choose to perform mindfulness into that activity. It can be your breakfast time, it can be your lunch time, it can be your dinner time, your eating, it can be your brushing your teeth. So when you brush, so just observe the sensation of the brush, the feeling of the toothpaste, the fragrance, the aroma, your hand movements when you're brushing, or your mind goes off somewhere else. So you choose one activity. Or when you wake up, what are the thoughts present when you wake up? What are the body contacts when you are waking up? What are the sensations? Or when you are taking bath? So doing that mindful bathing, doing that mindful brushing, doing the mindful eating, doing the mindful getting dressed for office. So you choose one activity for this week. You can decide brushing, you can decide eating, you can decide bathing, you can decide dressing up, or whatever you decide. If you cook yourself at night or you prepare your own breakfast, mindful cooking. And then during that time, you keep your awareness. What are the thoughts? What are the feelings? What are the sensations in your body? And then writing down that today, Monday, preparing breakfast, thoughts, feelings, and sensation. How long you could sustain your focus, or your thought or your focus shifted, or your mind get distracted. Maybe 2 times, twice, thrice, 5 times. So write down that also. And you see that wonder of your mind then. So I will, if you want, I can send you the worksheet, or you can write down on your, take a one notebook from the market, and 3 things. One, that eating meditation, the body scan meditation, and your mindful daily activity. So when you do that body scan meditation, 10-15 minutes, so be aware the thoughts are shifting. After meditation, you write down what was present at that time. And then when you are doing the daily activity, you choose that activity, write down the thought, the feeling, the sensation present. So distracted 3 times, what kind of thoughts came, where did your mind take you, the moment your thoughts change, what sensations you felt. So if you think that this is difficult, trust me, it is very easy. Only when it is looking difficult because mind does not have a habit of paying attention to particular activity. But you are developing a habit. Once you develop a habit of being mindful, being present, and you see then how beautifully you are driving the life, the car of your own life. You are being aware every moment. So is it okay for today?
जी भैया.
I will share with you these meditations, and you choose that mindful activity, daily activity.
जी.
And then next week when we will start, you please share your experience first. And then we will get into the next week activity.
जी.
So please take note of every activity. For 6 days, it just take 5 minutes extra. Because you don't need to take extra time while doing daily activity. You do the daily activity as you are doing. Only thing will be, after that activity, you write down the notes. And when you write down, you become even, you bring those moments, bring those feelings, bring those emotions into your conscious mind. So then it becomes very easy to keep a note and then, changing the pattern, thought patterns. It becomes very easy. It is like when you know something is there right in front of you, or like the garbage bag is right there in front of you. You can easily shift that out of your house. But when it is hidden somewhere and you are only able to smell, but you don't know where it is, you will not be able to move it out of your house. But when you know it is there right in front of your eyes, you can shift that. You can move it out of your house. So that is what we'll do when we write down, when we take down the notes. And meditation is all just 10 to 15 minutes. And then 5 minutes extra to write down the notes. That's it. So hardly you are taking out 20 to 25 minutes additional to mindfulness activity.
जी भी
Anything you have in your mind? Any question?
अभी तो कुछ नहीं हुई, बस ऐसे ही है अभी।
Huh?
अभी कुछ नहीं, फिलहाल वही चीजें थॉट्स चल रही है, बस चल ही रही है, रुक नहीं रही है।
Okay. चल रही है. What kind of thought?
वही, जब बॉडी ऑब्जर्व करने की कोशिश कर रहा था, बीच में आंख लग रही थी, गहरी नींद आई थी, बट गहरी नींद के अंदर भी वही थॉट थे, पास्ट को ही लेके, नॉट एबल टू कम आउट ऑफ द थिंग्स विच हैपेंड इन द पास्ट। एंड पहले जो एक एटीट्यूड मेरा हुआ करता था, जैसे इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सेशन यू टोल्ड, लिव इन द प्रेजेंट, फ्यूचर भी भूल जाओ, पास्ट भी भूल जाओ। मैं कभी पास्ट एंड फ्यूचर का परवाह ही नहीं करता था। आई यूज्ड टू लिव इन द प्रेजेंट ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर मोमेंट। I used to give my 200% to my work, and because of that attitude of mine, I was able to do few things in my life. But now दिमाग में चलता है, यार इसका ये देना है, इसको ये करना है, मम्मी का, दीदी का, इसका उसका, वही सब चीजें, मतलब दुनियादारी दिमाग में ज्यादा हो गई है।
See, that is
एंड
why
हाउ एंड हाउ टू रेक्टिफाई दैट, उस चीजों के ऊपर, क्योंकि वो कहते हैं ना, रायता इतना बिखेर गया, उसको समेटू कैसे, वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा, तो आधे से ज्यादा दिमाग उसी में चलता है, समेटू कैसे, समेटू कैसे।
correct. So that is where I am telling you that when the mind is present in this moment, even if you are thinking about past or even if you are thinking about future, इसका ये देना है, उसका वो देना है, ये टेंशन है, वो टेंशन है, where are you thinking? You are thinking in the present moment, but you are not present here in the present moment. You are present either in the past memories or you are present in the future memory, but you are not present in the present. So when doing the body scan, your mind goes off. So basically what happens, Abhishek, our mind keep on sending the messages to the body. I share with you example. When you have a fear, है ना?
जी
Your mind immediately perceive fear and immediately send signal to the body. Your body become almost paralyzed, है ना? So your mind basically sends signal to your body. So when you are doing body scan and certain parts of body, the moment you move, certain thoughts trigger. That is why I said that keep a track. You may not be able to keep a track immediately that when my awareness was in my legs, so these thoughts came. But overall, after the body scan, when you write down, okay, these were the thoughts, and then gradually you will understand, okay, these thoughts were triggered when my awareness was into this present moment. Again, the moment you come back to the present moment, those thoughts get disappear. You will start seeing thought as a thought. Now you are perceiving situation as a reality, but you are perceiving a situation is also a thought. Understanding my point?
समझ रहा हूँ भैया।
Perceiving a situation which is hopeless. It's a situation and you are thinking it's a hopeless. But that itself is just a thought. Gradually we will move from that, being in the present moment. How to bring awareness to the present moment? Mind again goes back. Why? Because mind has developed certain habits. तो इसके लिए ये रहेगा. That is why maybe next week I will add one more small meditation which you can do 5 times. It is like hardly 3-4 minutes. Whenever you feel that your mind has gone away, just play that meditation or you perform that meditation on your own. It won't take you more than 3 minutes. And gradually you will see that new neuron pathways, your new mental habits have been developed. This 8 week, trust me, you will be transformed. You will start seeing the actual life of your thoughts, how short they are. The actual lifespan of your emotion, how short they are. But we keep on holding to that. We keep on ruminating this kind of a thought. अब फिर क्या होगा? अब फिर, these are the very thoughts where I am living right now. So we are in the process of shifting our house from those unhealthy house to the healthy environmental house. Mentally we are shifting. We are always living in our mind. Now we developing a habit of living in the present moment. Yes, that will not plan your future. Rather, you properly design your future rather than worrying how. You will be certain this is how. It is like अभी बेसमेंट में इतना दब गए हैं, वो कोल माइन वाले कितना अंदर तक चले जाते हैं. It takes time to come up, and then fresh air they are able to breathe. So don't worry. Understand, mind keep on goes on a thinking mode. That is why I shared with you in the beginning that this is how mind works. So we need to understand the working of mind. One, it has been working. The second, we want it to work that. Paying attention on purpose in the present. So even if you are planning your future, you're paying attention on purpose in this moment, rather than skipping that present moment and going back to present or going back to the future, going into the future. So this present moment encompasses your designed future, your desired designed future, or unconsciously designed future, which is undesired. This very present moment is the only moment. What I have learned. I also used to imagine. बहुत लोग लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन में बोलते हैं विजुअलाइजेशन करो. That doesn't help. विजुअलाइजिंग बोर्ड बनाओ, विजुअलाइजेशन करो, लिखो अपने गोल्स को. But they are forgetting that present moment. If we are not able to see what is there in the present moment, how will I design it? Visualization board will only help when I present in the present moment. So that the third or fourth week, there will be a different meditation, and you will develop that by habit of going further deeper into that state of mind, where you will see the roots of those thoughts. Right now you know the roots of those thoughts, but you have no control. And third or fourth week, you will address them properly. You will have more control on your mind. But yes, you need to, like shared in the beginning, cycling, or when the child learn to walk, he doesn't have experience. He has just crawl experience. But he see people around him walking. And that unconsciously he has a desire to stand up. And then he doesn't have the experience of holding himself back if the child falls down. Because of that not having experience, he is able to rise again. With the adults, we are anchored to that past, and we are freeing ourselves by performing this mindfulness activity. कभी भी देखो तुम काम कर रहे हो तो your mind always goes to अरे ये काम रह गया, अभी वो काम रह गया, अरे ये मीटिंग है और वो मीटिंग है, इसके लिए ये करना है, उसके लिए वो करना है. खाना खा रहे हो तुम्हारे सामने तुम्हारे फेवरेट फूड है, तुम एक बाइट लेते हो, फर्स्ट जैसे ही टच होता है तुम्हें टेस्ट का पता लगा, गुड और बैड, आफ्टर दैट you are back to that, your mind takes over immediately, you are not present, your mind start again worrying, thinking, planning its own agenda. And you don't want that agenda. Consciously you don't want. Unconsciously your mind has developed its own agenda, worrying agenda, feeling less agenda, how to make feel less than others, how to feel empty inside, even if you are full from inside. But because your mind has an agenda to feel empty, you will feel empty. That is why consciously training our mind is very important. And that is why I said 8 weeks. I can tell you, imagine your future now and you will feel happy. Again, the moment you come back to the present moment, again your mind is there. So that will not help. I can do the visualization right now also. But in the long term, that will not help. There will be the meditation, other meditations, the stop meditation, the rain meditation. Rain means recognizing, accepting and allowing, investigating and negating. So rain, RAIN, reflect, accept, investigate and negate. So आएंगी. Third and fourth week, you will move there and you will have much more control. But first, like driving, one need to make conscious efforts. बाद में जब धीरे धीरे प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है तो ऑटोमेटिक कंफर्टेबली चलाता है आदमी. बट इन दीज 3 weeks यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस कॉन्शियसली.
जी बिल्कुल.
इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है कि माइंड ट्रेनिंग है. See, when driving a car is much more easy because we know, we have been told that okay, this is gear, this is steering, this is brake, this is clutch, this is accelerator. Only 5 things are there. But in our mind there are plenty. है ना? Only thing we need to focus on steering. No brake, no gear, no accelerator, no shifting. But like a car cannot be in the 2 gears, our mind also cannot be in the 2 gears. It cannot be in the present moment and worry. Trust me. It cannot be in the present moment and anxiety. You will not feel in the present moment. Like a car can run only in the 1 gear at a time, our mind also run in 1 gear at a time. But if we move it in the right gear, it will move at a proper speed and hassle free. No trouble at all. Dedicate time every day, morning and evening. And one mindful activity and one that body scan. Eating meditation, once or alternate day. While eating, just be present. रेजिन अगर चॉकलेट या कैंडी या फिर ग्रेप या ऑरेंज के साथ नहीं भी करना है, देन ईटिंग योर मील, बी प्रेजेंट. नोटिस अर्ज कि तुम जो बाइट तोड़ रहे हो, मुंह में जा रहा है तो हैंड का मूवमेंट क्या है, मुंह में जाते ही माउथ जो है कितनी देर में स्टार्ट होता है, उससे पहले फूड को देखते ही योर माइंड स्टार्ट्स लाइवेटिंग. नोटिस दैट एक्सटर्नल कंडीशंस, हाउ दे आर moving that internal condition. खाना देखते ही मुंह में पानी आ गया. So how that external conditions are controlling your internal organs. इतना डीप तक जाएंगे
जी भैया.
एंड देन आपको मजा आएगा. यार ये तो बड़ी सही चीज है यार. मेरे को इंटरनल वर्ल्ड का पता चल रहा है, अभी तक तो एक्सटर्नल का पता चल रहा है। वो इंटरनल वर्ल्ड क्या है, एक्सटर्नली कंडीशनड हो चुके हैं। लाइक आई गेव यू एग्जांपल, फूड को देखते ही सलाइवा कैसे आ जाता है, तो वो थॉट्स को या पर्सन को देखते ही हमारे अंदर कैसे एंगर शिफ्ट हो जाता है, या फिर इरिटेशन आ जाती है, या ट्रैफिक का सोचते ही हमारे अंदर क्या शिफ्ट आ जाता है। यू विल स्टार्ट ऑब्जर्विंग दैट इंटरनल शिफ्ट द मोमेंट यू मीट विद दैट और द थिंक ऑफ द एक्सटर्नल वर्ल्ड,
जी
एंड देन यू विल स्टार्ट हैविंग ए चॉइसेस। जो मैंने शुरू किया था, माइंडफुलनेस is about acceptance, is about allowing, compassion. These are the choices you will have then. Right now you don't have a choice. Mind has developed
जी
its own choice. भैया मुझे तो वरी करना है, मुझे तो स्ट्रेस लेना है, so you are not responding with choice. In third and fourth week you will start responding with choices, with friendliness, with openness. These 2 to 3 weeks are like training your wild mind. From third, fourth week onwards, it will start listening to you. It will wait for your command. Your body will start telling you, okay, when you are feeling that burden of that particular thought, the moment you become aware, you will observe that shift also with that awareness. The moment you become aware, the heaviness in your body, the moment you become aware, you will observe that heaviness also shifted, because you become present. You come into the being mode. So when we will move from doing to being mode, automatically you will see that so much potential you have, but it has been locked.
जी
वो आएगा फिर. But take a notepad and a pen. आज का भी जो whatever your experience is, write down that.
sure yeah.
And then see when you do it tomorrow, the same thing, same body scan meditation. I will send you that body scan meditation.
जी
And you select one mindful activity today, maybe lunchtime, maybe one food mindfully eat. And
जी
eating, just take note. After that, jot down in your notepad.
जी भैया
And next you will observe that, it's a different mind.
जी
है ना?
जी भैया ठीक है
चलो ठीक है.
थैंक यू भैया
Thank you, and you can call me anytime also.
श्योर भैया पक्का
हाँ.